Imagine this. It's 2040 and you're retired. You walk into your financial dashboard and you see one asset quietly outperforming the rest. XRP. Not because you chase the pump, but because you position for the structural shift. Today I'm going to show you exactly how I plan to retire with crypto and why XRP is the lead asset in that plan. We'll dive into the new reality of institutional adoption, retirement account access, infrastructure upgrades, and how you can align for long-term holdings instead of short-term bursts. No, I'm not telling you to buy 10,000 XRP and wait for moon. I'm sketching out a plan, a disciplined framework. Until recently, crypto was a wild frontier. Speculation, hype, big swings. Retirement investors stayed away because volatility was high, regulations unclear, and access via 401k or IR was limited. But 2025 changed that. Institutional allocation surveys show 59% of hedge funds and asset managers plan to allocate over 5% of AUM to digital assets. And crypto ETFs are rapidly opening the door for retirement account exposure. For example, spot XRP ETFs have launched with over $1.9 billion AUM in less than a month. That means crypto is slowly being treated like a proper asset class. So the question isn't if you can retire with crypto, it's how you position yourself to do it right. Here's where the retirement plan gets refined. Not all crypto assets are equal. If you're planning for the long haul, you want assets with infrastructure, institutional use case, regulatory clarity, and adoption momentum. XRP ticks all those boxes. Let's run through the evidence. 1. Institutional and infrastructure momentum. Ripple Labs raised $500 million at a $40 billion valuation in 2025, led by Fortress and Citadel Securities, firms that don't play in the hype token space. XRP is now being embedded in institutional rails, tokenized funds, plus settlement systems. That institutional foothold is critical for long-term exposure. 2. Retirement account access. With spot XRP ETFs approved and AUM reaching nearly $2 billion in weeks, platforms that service retirement accounts are likely to include XRP filings in their lineups. Analysts now say XRP's path into retirement portfolios is genuine, not hypothetical. That means you, not just whales or funds, can benefit from the shift. 3. Unique use case and value proposition. XRP isn't just another crypto. It's built for settlement, liquidity, cross-border flows, institutional use. For a retirement plan, you want assets that support real utility, not only speculative charts. XRP is moving into infrastructure mode. So let's ask this. Would you rather hold the token next to a leveraged meme or one slowly being adopted by banks and funds? Exactly. This is not to say other crypto assets have no place, but for a retirement-first mindset, you want the lead engine. Let's talk practicalities. Because planning for retirement means thinking in decades, not days. First, security. I use a hardware wallet for long-term holdings. Second, liquidity and access. I track flows via BTCC, especially for institutional signals, and XRP liquidity during major shifts. These aren't optional, they're foundational. Now, let's connect the why to the how. Here's my personal playbook, one you can adapt. I don't claim perfection, but I follow 3 pillars for long-term crypto retirement exposure with XRP as the anchor. Pillar 1. Core position with holding horizon. Set a long-term core allocation to XRP. For example, 3 to 5% of your retirement portfolio initial, then scale as institutional adoption confirms. Why? Because XRP is an institutional anchor token now. Early leaders capture better upside. Institutional accumulation data shows large investors rotating into XRP, even as others wait. Pillar 2. Layered exposure strategy. Base hold, XRP and hardware wallet. Growth hold, additional XRPL-related exposures. Tactical hold, use BTCC to monitor ETF inflows. Watch for entry triggers when institutional announcements hit. By diversifying within the crypto architecture, anchor plus growth plus tactical, you align with structural change rather than timing the market. Pillar 3. Rebalance and risk management. Retirement isn't about maxing risk each month. It's about durability and optionality. As XRP's institutional role strengthens, rebalancing might include locking in gains or trimming positions into less risky vehicles. Tools like hardware wallets and regulated platforms give you custody control and peace of mind. If you wait until XRP hits $10 headlines bounce around, you'll likely be too late for best entry. The smart move is to position now, ensure long-term security, and let the structural shift play out. Here's the kicker. If XRP enters retirement accounts at scale, the next decade isn't about the next hype cycle. It's about steady accumulation, institutional adoption, settlement flows, and utility growth. The compounding effect is real. Will you be ready when funds start allocating 5% of retirement portfolios into digital assets? Because some already are. And if XRP captures even a small share of that wave, your retirement story changes dramatically. If you're ready to take this strategy a step further and actually see how XRP connects to the bigger global shift happening behind the scenes, then you don't want to miss the next video. They're building a new financial system with gold and XRP. In that breakdown, I show you how institutions, central banks, and settlement networks are converging around gold-backed liquidity and XRP's rails, and why this could redefine the next decade of wealth creation. Click it now and continue building your roadmap toward financial freedom with the clarity that most investors still don't have. Thanks for watching. This is Crypstick. If you found this useful, hit like, subscribe, and enable notifications so you don't miss future endurance plays. Retirement with crypto isn't a fantasy. It's a plan. Let's build it together. Stay ready.